Okay, timing starts when I skip the cutscene. I'll count you down for that. Sorry about that. Okay, I'll just continue then, I guess. That's fine. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. So, chapter 1, this is basically like a tutorial chapter. We're climbing this train. The game's introducing us to the platforming mechanics. So, we're just going to move upwards onto the carriage. Sorry, Hecky. Sorry about that. So yeah, we're just moving up through the carriage. Here you can do a bit of jumping. That was semi-fast because you can do 2 jumps there, but I only did 1. That's okay though. Just gonna neutral jump up here. So I should probably talk a bit about the treasures in this game. There are 101 in total. Why not 100, you might ask? That would be a nice round number, but there is an extra treasure which is kind of special. It's called the Strange Relic. And that's in chapter 5. I'll point it out when we get there. But that's actually it's an Easter egg. So yeah, that one's a bit special. In terms of the treasures and where they're located, compared to Uncharted 1, they're more well hidden, and also like they're more well hidden than the treasures in UC3 as well. Naughty Dog placed them in like more like discrete spots, so they're a bit harder to find, and some of them you have to shoot down as well. Here we're going to do a glitch. We're going to actually climb on top of the train carriage. The game wants us to go through it, but we're not going to do that. Instead we're going to get some height by climbing up there, and now we're going to jump along here. That's okay. I wanted to go on the right hand side, but that's fine. We're using inspect mode because the camera's kind of bugged out. That is the first treasure. If you are playing casually, then it's quite easy to spot, but if you're doing this glitch, then it's not so simple. And the camera's kind of bugged out here, so it's kind of tricky to tell where you are. But anyway, we're making our way through here. By doing that glitch where you climb on top of the train, we have a faster movement speed here as well. So in glitchless, you'd have to roll around here to get the fastest speed. But here we can just like blind fire, and it's pretty quick. So as I said, some of the treasures you have to shoot down. This one is the first one that you have to shoot down. I should also mention that when I'm collecting treasures, you want to roll, if possible, to get them, because that avoids an animation where you have to like manually pick them up. So if you're rolling, you're still keeping some movement speed. I'm gonna drop down here. Is that gonna kill me? No, that's fine. If you roll down at the wrong angle, then you can die there. Anyway, so I'm gonna blind fire here, and now there's an explosion cutscene. Yeah, Nate's not doing so good. Ouch. So now there's going to be a cutscene, and to skip cutscenes I'm mashing triangle, because what that does is it gets you into the pause menu pretty quickly, and the good thing about triangle is that once you're in the pause menu, if you press triangle nothing happens, so you don't unpause by accident. Here we're going to jump onto that ledge. That's an okay jump. There are faster ways to do that, but I'm just playing a bit safe. Gonna jump back here, and the last treasure in this chapter is right here. So that was 5 treasures in this chapter. There are 10 in the next one. The game wants us to go forwards, but we can actually jump on top of the train, potentially. Yeah, there we go. This is a bit quicker because there's another like animation if you jump like if you keep going forward, that is. Now we're going to meet Flynn. So this is Flynn. For now he's on our side, but he betrays us. Spoilers. He's also very annoying when it comes to climbing, because he will knock you out of the way and then you'll fall. So I'm going to steer clear of him. Play this a bit safe.
Oh wait, this can't be right. We must have made a wrong turn somewhere.
Your story experience, yeah.
Hey,
The NPCs in this game are very brutal when it comes to climbing. They'll knock you out of where you're climbing, and then you fall to your death a lot of the time.
What? In like Flynn? I don't get it.
I should probably explain some of the movement tech as well. So as you saw back there, I was jumping around, and that's quicker than the normal running animation. There are a few other ways that you can get a faster animation. So if you have a gun, then you can blind fire, and that's also quicker. There isn't really any difference between blind firing and jumping, but generally blind firing is preferred because you have more control over where Nate's going. Also, when you're in combat, there's this thing called combat speed, where you naturally get a faster running animation. So we're going to use that wherever possible. Here we're going to do checkpoint restart. Because I'm using a save file, the checkpoint restarts will take a little longer, but that's okay. So the point of that checkpoint restart was to speed Flynn up, so that he gets boosted up a bit quicker. But there are a few different reasons that you'd want to checkpoint restart in this run. Some of them are to like move you forwards through a level. There's also like some RNG manipulation, also some ammo manipulation where you can get extra ammo if you checkpoint restart. That's useful for some fights. What else? Also for some strats as well, you want to checkpoint restart to get them consistent. Here we're going to knock Flynn out of the way and going to checkpoint restart here to get ourselves up here. Now we're going to jump across and we're going to jump to the right. That should be okay. Yep. So normally you would have to do a climbing section, but that we skipped that by doing that jump. Also there I did a photo mode trick where you skip an animation, well, a cutscene at the window if you roll at the right spot and then enter photo mode. So you see the door on the screen here. We're going to clip through that, and we're going to use Flynn to do that. Hopefully I get it. This is kind of tricky, but I have been able to get it consistently recently, so I just need to listen out. Okay, that wasn't it. That's fine. I'll do the backup. We just need to get Flynn. Should be okay. There we go. Okay, so we can clip through the door. Now we're going to vault over cover, and we're going to use inspect mode to be able to jump straight away. So Flynn isn't following us, but we're going to checkpoint restart in a bit to get him with us. Also, going to do some fisticuffs on these guys because we don't have a gun yet. But spoilers, we do get a gun later in this chapter. So after this cutscene, as soon as we can move again, we're going to do another checkpoint restart, and that's going to get Flynn to us. There he is. Going to stealth kill this guard. Come up here. Okay, that's fine. Gonna grab that. Get rid of this guy. Flynn takes care of that guard. And now we're into another cutscene.
Okay, we should be able to lift this up, sneak right under. Whoa, whoa, not so fast. There's another alarm.
Nice Tetris piece, Richard.
You want to get this one? Wait here.
So yeah, we're just going to climb up here and then disarm this security box.
Okay, it's off.
For this next part, we are going to get a treasure, and then we're going to checkpoint restart to put ourselves back, and then we're going to get through the area stealthily.
Yeah.
Nathan Drake really is a psychopath. Well, he has a bit of a conscience in this chapter, not so much in later chapters, but in this chapter he doesn't really want to kill anyone. But that is arguably true. Gravy roll. Okay, so we're just gonna come over here, grab that treasure. That's number 10. Checkpoint restart. Okay, that's good. I got noticed by one guard. That's okay, because that freezes the other guards which are meant to come up the stairs. Okay, this is kind of sloppy movement, but that's fine. If a flashlight gets lit up here, then the guards will spot you, and that's bad. Okay, now we've got a gun, but this is a tranquilizer gun, so it's non-lethal at this point. I'm gonna climb up here and then onto here. The game wants you to push that carriage with Flynn, but you don't have to do that. So we're going to be climbing up there once Flynn gets his throat set up. Did you just break a museum guard's neck? Well, I won't question it if you won't. There's going to be a guard that comes to the door. He's really nice. He always says hi to us. Hey.
Thanks, mate.
Okay, gonna climb up here. Pay attention to this treasure, by the way. It's gonna be a chess piece. Yep, it's a knight. That'll be important in a second. Gonna clip through here and then jump across. That's another glitch you can do. It skips a cutscene. So if you look at that sign over there, what do you know? It's the same treasure. So we stole one of the exhibitions. There's also another sign over there as well with the chess piece. I think that's kind of cool. And oh, hey Flynn, where did you come from?
Gotcha. You put on weight, mate. Shit, that was close.
As soon as we can move again, we are going to checkpoint restart. And we're going to climb up here so that Flynn goes down there. And when he grabs his rope, then we'll checkpoint restart again. And the rope will already be set up for us. Like so. We have to go around this wall to get another treasure. And then we'll checkpoint restart again. A lot of checkpoint restarts in this chapter. You need to be careful there, because you can fall off pretty quickly. Pay attention to this joke as well, it's pretty funny.
There's a guy above you. There's a guy below you. There's a guy below you.
That never gets old.
Yeah, great view. I can see your house. Let's get moving.
So a bit more on the movement tech in this game. You can actually cancel rolls with by pressing aim or by holding so like that, by pressing aim or by holding inspect mode, and that's useful because the rolling animation is slower than regular running. I'm gonna go take care of that guard, and then okay, that's fine. Yeah, more on the movement tech. If you're going upstairs, then you want to roll upstairs and then jump. So if you roll jump, then that's the fastest way to get upstairs. If you're going downstairs, then you want to jump. That's the fastest. Gonna get some cardio in.
Okay, we're clear. Ladies first. Cute.
So at this point, Frinn's gonna betray us, and we're gonna have to make our way out of the museum by ourselves. Grab that treasure. Gonna roll here. If an enemy has got a laser sight pointed at you, you can roll to get the laser sight off you.
Think.
So gonna do some roll cancels here.
Crap.
Yeah,
There it is.
So chapter 3 is coming up pretty soon. That's when we get the journal. Most of the glitches in this game involve the journal feature, because that breaks the game completely. I'll explain that more when we get there. We're going to roll to get this treasure. That's quicker. We're almost out. It's the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. Except it's not really. We get caught and we get put in jail for a few months, but we're out again because Sully bails us out.
I've planted charges all around the perimeter of the camp. You two just need to arm them. The first one should be right ahead of you.
Here it is.
So as I said, blind fire is also quicker than the normal running animation. So I was doing a combination of jumping and blind fire there.
Alright. First one set. Don't touch the button. This one?
Here we've got a treasure coming up that we have to shoot down.
Once you've set all the charges,
Gonna go onto
hit
this
the
log.
detonator and
Okay, that's fine.
showtime.
They'll never know what it is.
Just be
If I can
careful.
aim, that would be great.
Zarovich has got his men posted all around the perimeter.
If you could get treasures, that would also be great. It's fine. So yeah, to conserve ammo, I'm not going to blind fire here because there's a fight coming up. So we're just going to jump around. So I might as well start explaining the
Brought a hooker to church?
the glitches that involve the journal feature. So if you are on a ledge and you get a stagger animation, you can use the momentum from that stagger to get some height. I want the ammo. So the pistol that we've got right now isn't the best for combat, but it's the only thing we have currently, so let's make the most of it. So as I said before, if you're on the edge of a ledge, you can get some height. No, that wouldn't work. Like that, if you use the journal feature.
They should have been back by now.
So yeah, as I said, the journal just breaks the game completely, and you can do a lot of cool tech with that. I'm gonna climb up here and do another journal launch. Okay, cool, that's fine. Normally you'd have to climb around to the left to get up here, but you can get here quickly with the book launch. Gonna go back down and then climb up around. You can also use the journal to levitate off the ground if you walk off an edge. This is kind of scary, so this might not work. I'm not sure. Okay, it works. That was kind of sketchy, but that's okay. And the journal can also be used to do some zips. I don't usually do this zip, but I'll show it off. Well, I'll try and do it just to show off the concept. Yeah, so that didn't work, but the idea is that you can go around corners. I'll just do it the normal way. So yeah, there's a lot of tech there with the journal feature. You can also do stuff like airwalks, but there aren't any in this chapter. The first airwalk in this run happens in chapter 5. We're in chapter 3 right now, almost to chapter 4. 19. It's fine. Okay, there's another book launch coming up here to skip a cutscene at the start of chapter 4. So if we get up onto this rock and we're at the right position, a bit further back, we can book launch up here, then go onto this tree, then jump down. Doing some roll cancels here to speed it up. There's a treasure up here on this mast. I have to shoot that one down. And do another book launch to get out of this area. Will that work? That won't work. That was the wrong angle. That's fine. Okay, that won't work either. This one's a bit awkward. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, I'm going to make use of some blind fire. And I'm going to reload after every shot, because that will conserve some ammo. We don't really need that, but I'd rather not waste ammo, because I'm stingy like that. It does help in later in the game, so that is used like later on as well. So running up some stairs. Now we're just running here, and we get met up with Chloe. So Chloe was with us in chapter 2, but we didn't really see her. She was only in the cutscenes. But she's a companion. She's kind of a double agent. She's working with the bad guys as well, but she's secretly working for us also. Okay, gonna go underground. The place that we were just at outside, that's where we would do an airwalk in any percent. But we have to get 2 treasures underground here, so we're not going to do that airwalk. So normally the game wants you to find like a torch, and then you have to like follow a trail of blood, but you can just do this instead and climb over that rubble. And now we're going to skip a cutscene.
Gotta be some sort of clue around here.
Treasure up here. Get that. Sully, please. Okay. We can actually get ahead of Chloe, but I don't think we're going to do that. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do that right now. But it is possible to do that. Okay, now I'm going to skip a cutscene, and we're almost into chapter 5. Roll cancel there. This guy's a bit annoying. You have to like juke him to the left, but he can get in your way at times. Jump over here. And say goodbye to Sully, guys, because we don't see him until the end of the game. That's all we've got for Sully. Now for chapter 5. This is the chapter with the strange relic that I talked about earlier. But for now we're going to avoid this truck. We have to blind fire at it, otherwise it does run us over. I jump down the stairs and then roll once the truck hits the ground, and then that skips a little animation, and we can get straight into this cutscene.
Okay. The old market. Ought to be this way.
So I should probably explain how airwalks work, because the first airwalk is in this chapter. If you select the journal feature while you're in the animation to change weapons, then that soft locks the character. So you're basically stuck. If you press journal while you're moving forward and you switch weapons, then you're stuck in the animation to move forward, and that doesn't take into account whether there's any ground below you, so you can do airwalks like that. Okay. Rude. He's not meant to hit you, but that's okay. So you might be thinking, if you're soft locked, how is this useful? well, you can unsoft lock yourself if you've got a grenade. So if you take damage from the grenade, then that breaks you out of the airwalking animation, and that's how we. Okay, I'm doing a. Okay, that didn't work. You meant to lose some height there, but that's fine. We'll just redo that. So yeah, basically for that, you need to lose some height, otherwise Nate will jump and then it'll be too high and he'll fall to his death. That, I don't know, I don't think that will work. We'll see. Yeah, so that was what I was talking about. I'm aiming it a bit far right, so I should probably aim a bit further left. That's okay. Yeah, that's more like what I wanted to do. There we go. Some enemies here, we're just going to ignore for now. Gonna grab this treasure and then checkpoint restart is number 23. That's a strange relic you saw right there. So that is an Easter egg to Jak and Daxter, which was also made by Naughty Dog. I'm gonna jump around here. Stealth kill this guy, but we'll get noticed. That's fine. We need that Uzi because the Uzi is really good for combat. It just melts through people, as we'll see in a sec. So see how quickly these guys died, because the Uzi is really good. Now we should have to kill only like 2 or 3 more people, and then Chloe will come and save us any second now. There we go. Okay, time for a new skip. This was only found like a week ago, if that, by Hey French. He's found quite a few of the skips in this route, but Matt's done most of the routing for this. So we're going to book launch up here, then we're going to do the first airwalk, and this is going to go pretty quickly, so I'll try and explain the best I can. Going to aim at that building. That building isn't loaded in yet, so we're going to start the airwalk, aim the grenade to the right, enter photo mode, turn it back so that the camera loads the building in. That grenade breaks us out of the airwalk, and now we're on this building. Gonna aim at that fire, maybe a bit further left. It should be okay. Yeah, it should be okay, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure about this. I'll let it go, but we'll see. Maybe I aimed a bit too far left. Don't know if this one will work. Yeah, this won't work. That's okay. We'll do it again. So the reason I was entering photo mode is because the building that you land. Hello, Nate. Are you serious? The building that you land the grenade on, it isn't loaded in yet. So we're using the camera to load that building in. Otherwise, the grenade would just fall through normally, and there's also a chance that you can get stuck in that building. This one here.
Incoming!
I should also mention that when you enter photo mode, you automatically release a grenade if you're holding one. I'll aim a bit further right this time. Wait, is that too far right? I might get stuck on the sign here, but we'll see. I'm not sure. You can see the treasure off to the side there. Okay, we just about made it. That's good. Gonna aim that grenade there. Oh wow, that was very close. I almost fell off there. So glad I didn't fall off, because that would have been bad. Treasure here. Gonna blind fire a bit, and then do a general extend here. Also, another thing about playing on easy is that you can't throw grenades too close to yourself. Gonna grab this checkpoint. So if you throw a grenade and it's like right next to you, then that will kill you on easy. on Explorer that wouldn't kill you because you have 50% extra health. So any percent is a lot easier in that regard because you can throw grenades like basically at your feet, and that will break you out of airwalks and you won't die. But
Looks clear so far.
All Treasures isn't as forgiving. We're going to do an airwalk here. This one's pretty difficult. It's a bit too slow. Yeah. So this airwalk is very specific. If you do it too quickly, then you get stuck. If you do it too slowly, then you also get stuck. That might be okay. I think that's okay. Also, you can get stuck in the floor. Yeah, this should be fine. So we're gonna throw that grenade. That'll break us out of the airwalk. Now we're in the hotel. That skips quite a bit of the game. Okay, when I say quite a bit, not that much. Like maybe like a few minutes. So yeah, I'm gonna go up here, grab this treasure. Okay, these enemies aren't usually over here, so it's kind of weird that they're this close. But that's fine. I'll grab this ammo. There's two guys gonna come down here. Just gonna get rid of them. Okay, now we've got a checkpoint, so we're gonna grab a treasure and then checkpoint restart. So as you can see, after I grab a treasure and checkpoint restart, I'm pressing pause and then unpausing again. That's the quickest way to get into a checkpoint restart. So here we're doing another airwalk. This one takes a bit of time, but it's okay. We'll get there eventually. And here we can look around the city. It's pretty well made. It's a nice view, isn't it? Especially the mountainside as well. It's pretty scenic. Anyway, so we're going to end up over here. And we're going to throw the grenade about... that should be okay. I'm going to load in Chloe. There she is. Going to get rid of those guys. Gonna pause here for a sec so the area is fully loaded in. Yeah, this game's got the Tibetan levels. Those are chapter like 15 onwards. Gonna use the Uzi here. It's okay. Gonna grab some ammo. So now this building is gonna fall down in a sec. Yeah, I'm in the wrong place. There we are. There are gonna be 3 enemies that come in through the ceiling. So we're just gonna take those out. Number 1, number 2, grab this guy's ammo, number 3 there. So we need to be careful about this furniture because it will kill you if you're too close to it. So it sounds funny until it happens in a run, and then it's just sad at that point. But yeah, we made it through. That's fine.
We were almost in that.
So if you're doing any percent, and you do chapter 5 to 6 skip, then this building is where you end up from the start of chapter 5. So as you can see, in any percent we skip a lot of the game. But we have to get treasures in this category, so we can't do that. A few enemies will come in through here. Just gonna get rid of them.
A bridge, sweet.
Yeah, tell me about it. The resistance fighters built them to get across the rooftops.
Lucky for us.
Just gonna blind fire across here. Treasure number 29 is over here, and this is the last one in this chapter. I'm gonna jump down here. Now the game wants you to do a fight with a helicopter, but we don't really have time for that. We're just gonna head out. I'm gonna climb up onto this thing and then jump across. Yeah, this game is very well made. So that bridge you're only meant to be able to lower down at the end of the fight once it's finished, but you can actually climb up onto it and then jump across like I did.
Go.
All right, all right.
Ouch. Yeah, Nate should not be able to survive that. So the helicopter is still like active, so it's still shooting at us, but because this is easy, it's not a problem really. Also, another nice thing about doing that skip is that we have combat speed, so we can move around a bit quicker here. Not that that makes much of a difference. Also, that's a pretty big jump. And now we're into chapter 7.
We'll see about that.
So we're reunited with Elena. We met her in the last game.
What's
Hello.
next?
And she's with her cameraman Jeff. So we're just going to be with them for a bit.
Don't ask for this trouble.
Treasure in there. We'll grab that. Do I want that guy's Uzi ammo?
That had to hurt.
Nah, I think we're okay. I might as well get the ammo while we're here.
Pretty good shot for a
Help me
journalist.
with this door.
Okay, so you know how I did a zip in chapter 3? It wasn't a successful one, but I still like attempted one to show you the concept. Well, you can actually combine zips with airwalks, and also book launches with airwalks,
How are we gonna get across?
in order to
ladder on the
get
far side.
airwalks which go really quickly,
Maybe we should
like
swap.
this. Gonna hit a checkpoint once we hit the stairs.
Take cover.
We're gonna go back to get a treasure that we need to get here.
We gotta take out that.
Number 32. A checkpoint restart to place ourselves back at the fight. I'm going to take this fight a bit safe because this fight has given me a bit of trouble recently.
Distract them. Distract them.
Okay, going to take out these guys, and there's a heavy that spawns in here. Going to get rid of him. And now we're going to go up this pipe.
Is it always like this with him?
Pretty much.
See anything up
Here
there?
you can only walk or...
Those are resistance fighters.
So over there you could only walk or roll, and rolling is quicker, so we did a roll there. Once we hit the ground here, we can checkpoint restart, and that places us at the bottom of the stairs. In any percent, you can do a zip airwalk here
Should be
to
safer
get
here.
into the temple quicker, but we need to get this treasure, so we can't do that zip. Okay, another treasure at the start of this chapter
That's more.
to make our way up here.
You don't think they're a couple, do you? They're not a couple.
I'm gonna get a spoon here, and then checkpoint restart again. Place ourselves back here. So we're gonna get a few grenades. Those will be useful for some more airwalks coming up.
This is definitely the right temple.
For now, we have to do a bit of climbing though.
Chintamani style, right?
There must be a hidden entrance here somewhere.
Gonna climb up here, and then from here you can easily get up here.
Hang on,
The game
I
wants
wanna
you to
get
climb
closer
around,
to this
but
thing.
you don't have to do that.
Sure. I'll just wait down here.
So we can do an airwalk here. There is actually a faster airwalk you can do. You can do a zip airwalk to that
Alarms.
place directly, but that's kind of dodgy, and I don't really want to do that because I'm not that great at that. Now we're gonna jump across here. Okay, that's kind of slow, but that's whatever. It's not a big deal.
God, you're lucky.
So this chapter has the first like major puzzle. So, oh, okay, that's fine. Okay, that's cool. That's kind of tricky, but that's fine. So yeah, moving those arms is basically one big environmental puzzle. The puzzles in this game are like kind of large scale compared to the ones in Uncharted 1. And yeah, for this one we had to move 3 of the arms into the right position.
What is it?
Chloe, this isn't just a dagger. It's a key.
It's a key, of course it's a key. It's always a key, isn't it?
Let's find out what it opens.
creepy, but say
Yeah, this game has a kind of weird sense of humor at times, but that's part of the charm, I guess.
There. That do anything?
The water's going down. And I found the door it opened. We've done it.
Well,
As soon as that dialogue appears, we get a checkpoint, so we're going to checkpoint restart, and that places us over here.
ladies first.
If you say so.
So in this next part, we're going to do a lot of blind firing to get through the area pretty quickly, and I'll be reloading after every shot to conserve ammo,
You know, it's
because there is a fight happening afterwards.
Alright. There's the chocolate and flowers.
you never were a chocolate and flower kind of girl.
Oh, you know me so well.
Probably. A little bit of a drop.
Alright, I'm coming. Listen, Claw.
Yeah,
What do you
yeah, I underestimated. Looks like some kind of tree.
Okay, coming up, we're going to trigger
Got me.
a trap in the floor,
Opening up down here.
but we're not going to go into the trap like this. So the game wants us to be in that trap. Is that too close? Okay, that's fine. And there is a treasure in the room where the trap is, but we're going to skip that and we'll come back to that later in the next chapter.
Whoa.
Okay, that's not okay. Oh well. So you know how I said you can combine like zips with airwalks? You can also combine book launchers with airwalks as well to get height while you're doing airwalks. So that was like the hotel airwalk, which I did in chapter 6. This one usually doesn't give me many problems, but it's kind of tricky at times. Are you serious? Really? Yeah, the timing is kind of tricky. Also, if Chloe falls in there, then it will trigger her death if you don't do the trap, so you need to make sure she doesn't fall in. Okay, that's better. So we're going to skip climbing up the dagger by coming over here. That should be okay. And we're going to fall off this guy onto his eyebrow. And what do you know? That does the puzzle for us. As soon as we can move again, we're going to checkpoint restart also. If you don't do that, then Chloe is stuck and she doesn't activate a few of the things that we need to do for the rest of the chapter. So we need to do that checkpoint restart. There's a treasure at the end of this path. Hello, Nate. Can we? There we go. Okay.
Chloe,
Gonna move this reflector.
adjust the other reflector.
That should be fine.
Nice work.
Okay, now what?
There is a visual cue for when you know like the reflector is in the right position.
That did it.
Yeah, Ross. This game is very broken. There are a lot of glitches you can do in this game, so it's pretty good to speedrun, but it's pretty difficult.
Looks like that blade opened up a new path.
And no worries, Brad.
Got it.
I wish you luck with the work. Okay, so now we do have to climb up this dagger. There is an airwalk you can do to avoid having to climb up,
One more blade
but
to go.
I've never done it and it's kind of tricky. It doesn't save a lot of time, so we're just going to climb up instead. And we have to be really careful here because it's really easy to fall off. gonna blind fire to speed that up.
Careful.
We shoot that eye out and then reload, and that gives us some ammo back. UC1 more glitchy than UC1? Yeah. So there are more glitches in UC2. I have to shoot this treasure down. This one can bug out, so I wasn't moving while it was falling down in order to like avoid it bugging out.
Good, that's it.
So yeah, UC1 has aim clipping, which is a very broken mechanic as well. But that's like basically the only glitch you do in any percent. There is also like doing shimmy covers, and there are a few other things, but it's not as broken, I would say. How do vertical airwalks work? So when you're on a ledge, you can do book launches to get height. You combine that with airwalking, so you need to set up the timing pretty specifically. Here we're going to do a cover clip, so we're clipping through that cover by going into waist high cover, and then sorry, I'll come back to your explanation with vertical airwalks. So yeah, for cover clips, if you get into waist high cover and then you move left or right and then move back, then you can clip into the cover. So here we're going to do a fight for this chapter. So yeah, coming back to vertical airwalks, if you combine a book launch with an airwalk so that you time it such that you get the stagger animation in the middle of the airwalk. Actually, I want that, and I want the AK. So this is the trap room, and this is the treasure that we missed earlier, but we're getting it now. We'll roll up those stairs. This isn't an awful lot of ammo, so I'll use the AK for this guy. So I'll re-chat in a sec, just need to focus with this fight because it's very easy to die here. Okay, we'll just ignore that guy. Hey Matt, thanks for the good luck, dude. Would you recommend Uncharted 1 or 2? If you're starting out, then I'd recommend UC1 at any percent, because that's easier to learn and it's shorter. Uncharted 2 has a lot of like difficult glitches. I do definitely recommend, if you're interested, that you give it a go at some point. But for starting out, probably Uncharted 1 is better. I'm gonna avoid this guy. Hopefully he doesn't kill us, that would be unfortunate. Okay, we're good. I'll use the... So the pistol that we've got now, the 92FS, that's really good. Where's this guy? Is he dead? What? Did they kill him? I actually have no idea where he is. Okay, it looks like they killed him. It's weird. So this chapter is basically just an escorting chapter. We're just going through and making sure Jeff is okay. Maybe Jeff will live this time. Fingers crossed. Still waiting for the day that Jeff survives. But yeah, you'd think that there aren't any strats here, but you can actually aim every 5 seconds or so, and what that does is it avoids a stagger animation, so it's quicker to aim every 5 seconds or so than it is to get that stagger. I'm going to checkpoint restart here to get Elena ahead of us.
Come on, Jeff, you can make it. Come on, Nate.
You're gonna be okay, Jeff. You're gonna be okay. No, stay with me.
Elena's going to open this door in a second now. We can ignore that guy. Chloe takes care of him.
I'm okay.
This glass is going to break any second now.
Hey, over here.
And we need Elena to open another door, so we're going to wait on her.
Go, go, go!
You gotta be joking.
Okay, moment of truth. Will Jeff survive?
Come on, upstairs.
Let's find out.
Come on!
This ever, you think I'd known you longer, huh? Go!
Well, it looks like he didn't survive. Rip. Rip Jeff. F in chat.
You alright?
Jeff was a good man. He'll be remembered.
You're awfully close.
Anyway, so now we're just running away from the bad guys. Pretty intense chase sequence. We're going to roll here to avoid a slow jumping animation.
Okay.
Hurry!
We're going to climb across,
This way!
and we need to help Elena up.
Elena, come on, you gotta jump! Gotcha!
Imagine having so much trust in a guy that you're willing to like jump potentially to your death. Anyway, now we're in chapter 12.
Hit them off!
Okay, that's good RNG. If you get bad RNG, that guy on the left, he'll get in your way and then you get spotted earlier. I'm gonna kill these guys. Grab this treasure. Excuse me. What the hell?
All clear.
Okay, that's fine.
That water tower.
Way up there.
So the game wants us to boost Elena up, but we're gonna do something else. We're gonna do a book launch up here. That wasn't great, but it will work. Gonna get over here. There's a treasure up here. Grab that treasure. Now we're gonna do an airwalk. We're gonna get up onto this box to make it easier, because you can get stuck on some stuff if you don't go onto that box. That should be okay. And now we are going to go over here for another treasure. Here we go. Going to climb up this ladder and into a cutscene. And Elena's going to go off by herself over there. We're going to head this way instead. Checkpoint restart. And that will place us at the bottom. And coming up is treasure number 42. I'm going to grab that, and then checkpoint restart again. That will place us back here so we can quickly open this door.
Okay.
I'm blind firing here because that helps
Get up here
speed
for
this
a
bit up. It would be nice if you could do a book launch here to get up onto this part
Gotta
a
be way
bit
up
quicker, but you can't do that because the game doesn't let you use the journal here for some reason. When you're in combat, the game like turns the journal feature off. Usually, there are one or two exceptions, I think, but usually that's the case. So it's like the game thinks we're in combat. This jump is a bit sketchy, but we made it. I died there yesterday when I was practicing. Yeah, Chloe is with the bad guys now. We're trying to rescue her, which is why we've come over here.
Think this through.
And that did not go to plan.
Way to go, Nate. That didn't attract too much attention.
Yep. Not too much attention. Just a bit of attention. So we only need to kill certain enemies here. So the shotgun guys and the guys with the orange hats who have the Uzis. So gonna get rid of those guys. So this part is dependent on the snipers. The sooner they spawn, the sooner you can get to the next stage of the fight. There he is. As you can see, I'm switching between weapons, and that helps to cancel reloading. So you can shoot quicker like that. I'm gonna wait here for a bit. The prompt for inspect mode will show up in a second, and then Elena will come through in the Jeep, and we're gonna run to the Jeep in a few seconds. Inspect mode, Jeep. Okay, we need to roll to avoid dying, because there are some snipers. And that hits the trigger, and now we're on the train. So this chapter is really good if you're playing casually. If you're speedrunning, and you're doing any percent, it's also pretty good, because you get a break, because you can do train skip. But when you're doing all treasures and glitchless, you're not so lucky. It's very annoying. I guess I'll explain train skip, because we'll be doing the same concept later in the run. Hello, Nick. Okay. So the way train skip works is you get onto a piece of waist-high cover at the start of the chapter, and from that waist-high cover you shimmy off, and that derails you from the train, but you don't die. What happens instead is you stay levitating on the ground, not on the ground, like you stay levitating anyway, and the train is on a loop. So when the train eventually comes back to the point that you're at while you're levitating, then you hit the trigger for the end of the chapter. Actually, the train is 2 chapters, so you're skipping 2 chapters basically with train skip, but we don't do that in this category. Okay, here we're gonna come here. We're gonna stick to the right because that will stop us from getting spotted. Gonna go out through here. If you get spotted, then a turret starts firing at you, and that is kind of dangerous. You can die pretty quickly. So we're just gonna avoid combat where we can. The reason I said that this this part is annoying when you're speedrunning is because you can fall off very easily, and obviously that's some time loss, so we don't want to do that. Gonna avoid that. There's a treasure over here. This is the last treasure for this chapter. That crunch though. Yikes. Yeah, those overhead signs, they take care of some of the enemies which spawn up there. And we have to be wary of these signs as well, because they'll kill us. And we're okay. Okay, now there are a few enemies. I'm just gonna blind fire at them. Okay, we don't have an Uzi. I want to get this guy's Uzi. Okay, it's fine. No, I want the Uzi. Now we're gonna enter a cutscene.
What's that noise?
So not only do we have a train to deal with now, we have the helicopter as well. So this is where it gets really intense. Yeah, I'm gonna jump onto the next carriage. Jumping is like the fastest way to move in this train. So we're gonna jump where possible. Gonna get rid of these guys. I'm gonna ignore that guy for now. The sign will take care of him. We should be able to make it before that sign comes. There we go. On this carriage we get combat speed for some reason. I don't know why. Like, you never get combat speed anywhere else on the train. This is bad. Okay, I need to be careful here because there are a lot of people shooting at me. Yeah, I'm gonna chill for a sec. If you die, the checkpoint is really far back, so I prefer not to do that. This is taking its time. Okay, great. Okay, we need to use the RPG. If you don't use the RPG on the helicopter, then it will kill you while you're doing that, while you're putting that door open. And now we're into chapter 14. I'm gonna grab this Wes, because it's pretty good, it's a one-shot kill. I'm gonna use it on the first few guys in this chapter and then grab their weapons. Okay, cool, that's fine. There is a treasure in this carriage, so I'm gonna go along it. The overhead signs will get rid of a few of the enemies, hopefully. That shotgun guy is very dangerous, so we want to get rid of him. Now we're going to shoot this lock off, and then get into this carriage. And the last treasure in this chapter is at the end of this carriage. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to do a cover clip here. You don't have to do this, but it's a bit fancy. Okay, cool. I'm going to try it one more time. Okay, I can't move in cover, that's fine. We'll just do this normally. I'm gonna checkpoint restart here to avoid a cutscene. Now we're outside. It's getting a bit chilly here. This part is kind of sketchy, because there are quite a lot of enemies and some of them have shotguns and will kill you. Okay, I'm dead. I am definitely dead. Okay, that guy made me drop off. YOLO! Okay, I'm gonna die. Gonna die, 100% dead. Yep. YOLO did not work. If you get stuck in melee combat, that's really annoying, because it's kind of slow, number one, and also it does a lot of damage. Like, it does more damage than bullets, which is... it just doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is. Am I dead again? Okay. We're okay.
Take him out! No, not one of those mutants.
Yeah, this is on easy. Normal speedruns are on Explorer, but you can't do all treasures on Explorer, so easy is the only, well, it's the best difficulty to do it on. In Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy, I think you can do all treasures on the easiest difficulties, but not in the Nathan Drake collection. Now we have to take care of this helicopter, so we're just going to concentrate some turret fire on it. Okay, that's pretty good RNG. It didn't fire any rockets at us, so that's useful. If it fires rockets, then there's a chance that you have to shoot them. Okay, there's a guy here. Wait, did he die? Yeah, he did die. I'm gonna grab his AK for a strat that we're gonna do now. Okay, we're gonna throw a few grenades at this guy. Unload an AK into his head. Grab the M4, unload the M4 into his head. Somehow this guy is still standing, but just won't question it. His helmet should be off now. Now we're gonna do some more melee. And the end of the chapter is coming up in a sec. And cutscene in 3, 2, 1. And now we're back at the beginning. So, chapter 15, at least the first half of it, is the same as chapter 1, except there are a few differences. So, as you can see, some of the camera angles are going to be a bit different. So here we're climbing to the right, in chapter 1 we're climbing to the left. Also, some of the dialogue he does is different. You can also jump here, which you can't do in chapter 1.
A lot easier just to let go.
So yeah, if you pay attention to some of the dialogue, then it will be different to what we saw in chapter 1.
How about a break?
I think that's the same though.
You're a big hero, don't you?
Also, another difference is that you don't have to do the inside of this carriage. You also have to get put out here.
What else could go wrong?
You climb up this pipe.
I'm so tired of climbing shit.
So in chapter 1 we did the train glitch where we climbed on top of it, but we need to trigger the cutscene at the end of this sequence, so we need to go through the train this time. Also, if you saw, Nate was jumping towards the camera when we were going through that train, but in chapter 1 if you go through the carriage then he's jumping away from the camera, so that's another place where the camera angle's a bit different.
Terra firma.
Train skip skips this as well? No, so the train skip takes you to the end of chapter 14 and then you get placed right there at the start of this chapter. Nice joke, Ross. Okay, so we've got a fight coming up here. I'm gonna take out that guy, grab his M4. Jump here, there's a treasure here. There's 2 more treasures to get in this arena. Kill this guy. We're not going to take his Uzi. We'll grab that. Kill that guy. A bit late on these guys, but that's okay. Gonna use the pistol on them because it's good for long range. Okay, as soon as we see a guy, we're gonna throw a grenade there. And the last treasure is over here. We're gonna take care of these remaining guys. So that grenade took out most of the guys that come through. Now there are 3 heavies in this area. There we go. Okay, gonna headshot this guy. Throw a grenade at these guys. Don't kill me, please. That would be unfortunate. Give me a headshot. Okay. This is gonna be a bit slow, but that's fine.
Bleed out or I'm gonna climb out. Ah, shit.
Okay, now we're in a Tibetan village. There are yaks everywhere. You can pet them. You can also do a glitch here where you
Speak English?
where if you use inspect mode, you can actually roll, and the game doesn't normally let you do that. So it's faster than the normal walking animation.
I got it.
So we're going to be doing that
Go somewhere.
throughout this chapter. Just making our way through here. It's really peaceful. It's a nice break to all the intense stuff that's been happening so far. This game has very good pacing. I'm gonna climb up this ladder and up here. Roll there, and there's another treasure to get here.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Hi. You have a cell phone? By any chance?
한다. 양가 튕겼네.
Very quiet over here. You can actually jump up these stairs.
I see you two hiding.
Oh yeah, and as I said, you can pet the axe as well. There's actually an achievement if you pet all the axe in the village. I think it's called Beast Mode. Okay, cutscene, we're going to skip that. And now we're in chapter 17. So if we're doing any percent, there is a glitch that you can do here that launches you to the end of chapter 17. It's called chapter 17 skip. But that's very difficult and it's very inconsistent, so only 2 runs in the leaderboard have that glitch.
We're getting across there.
Basically no one else does it because you'd need to get that to get like world record and combine that with a really good run, so it's really difficult to do. So most runs will just go through the chapter normally. In all treasures we can't do that anyway because we have to get the 6 treasures in this chapter. Funny you asked that, Ross. Hey French, who is another runner of this game, he does yak percent runs, but just casually. There is no official yak percent category. It would be a nice meme category though. And hey Frippin, how you doing? So this chapter is a lot of platforming and just environmental puzzles, I guess. Not even on this category extension. No, we don't have category extension boards for Uncharted.
Oh, that way, sure. Those things bite, you know.
The most recent like new boards which got added are for trilogy runs. So if you do Uncharted 1, 2 and 3 back to back, then you can submit that as a trilogy run on the trilogy boards. We've actually got quite a few runners for that, so it's pretty nice. I've got one run up there, but that's an all treasures trilogy run. Palmer did a glitches trilogy run, so I promised him that if he finished one, then I'd do all treasures trilogy. So yeah, we've both got our runs up there, but all the other runs are any percent. We need to be careful here with a lot of the climbing because Tenzin will knock you off and you'll fall to your death if you're not careful.
Hello?
Like over here coming up, you don't want Tenzin to knock you off. Is he going to knock me off? No. Okay, we're good. Hey Tenzin, where do you come from?
Been dead a long time. The Chintamani stone. Must have been one of Schaefer's men.
Okay, here we're going to come over here. There's a glitch you can do here where you don't need Tenzin to boost you up, but I haven't got that ever, and it's kind of finicky, I've heard.
Yeah, still don't speak that.
So we're just going to get Tenzin to boost us up.
Me first, huh? Okay.
I'm going to climb across here. There's another treasure coming up as well. Over here. And here we need to be a bit careful so we don't fall off. Yeah, I'm going to take this a little bit slower. And there we go. You can skip a little bit of climbing by doing that.
Come on! I'll catch you! got you. Yeah, there you go. You owe me one, pal.
Okay, this next rope is really annoying because for some reason the developers made it so that when you jump onto the rope, you're really high up on it, and you can't make yourself go like lower, so you have to jump off it a lot sooner than you'd expect.
Okay, we're even.
Here there's a bit more walking around. Oh no, whatever could that be?
What the hell was that?
Oh no, the poor wolves, they're all dead. Rip.
What did this? What did this?
F for the wolves.
Yeah, come on. Tenzin, we gotta get moving.
This part is pretty dark, so you need to be careful not to fall off here. Do you like that jump scare?
What was that? All right, just stay
So that's
here.
the first clue that
Here.
something is happening here, which isn't quite normal. So all the Uncharted games up to Uncharted 4 have like a supernatural element to them. In Uncharted 1 there was the curse of El Dorado, which turned people into monsters. In this game it's the Chintamani stone, which like gives people like immortality. In Uncharted 3 it's like wait, here we are. There we go. In Uncharted 3 it's like a hallucinogenic agent. Spoilers. Welcome back, Brad. It's going okay.
Hey, Schaefer says hello.
You have to blind fire there. Oh no, it's a Yeti. Well, I bet we have to fight that and kill it. Whatever will we do? Well, we have to shoot it once to get it off Tenzin. But we don't actually have to do the fight. We can just skip it like that. So the Yeti's still there. The game thinks we're still in that combat scenario, so we've got combat speed, but we don't actually have to do the fight. In glitchless, you would have to.
That'll work.
Okay, that's fine. You get a checkpoint when you shoot that thing down.
That'll work.
There we go. Okay, that's not quite what I wanted to do, but that's fine also. So we don't have combat speed now, but we can do another trick. We can do a general extend here.
Stairs.
As soon as the timer on the top right resets, we're going to checkpoint restart because we're in chapter 18 now. There are another 6 treasures to get in this chapter.
Tenzin, stand on that other switch.
Uncharted 3 is some weird shit. Yeah, it is kind of forced and a bit weird. Hey Rock, how are you doing, dude? So if you don't know, Rock Elemental also speedruns Uncharted. He does Uncharted 1 80% speedruns. And he was also doing a run for Shots Fired. I helped commentate his run. So if you want to check out the VOD, I'd highly recommend that. Okay. So we did a photo mode trick there to stop the heads from falling down. and also to be able to climb up quicker. We're going to do a book launch here. Okay, we haven't got a checkpoint yet, so we need to be really careful on these cylinders because they will kill us if we're not careful. Okay, I'm going to take this slow, and I don't want to die, so we're just gonna be chill. I'm not going to take any undue risks. Okay, I need to jump across, so okay, fine. No, Nate, okay. Okay, I'm taking this really slowly because I really don't want to die, because I did die here yesterday in my practice run. Okay, grabbing this treasure, and then we can jump across. The game will let us, we can jump across. The game won't let us, that's great. Okay, cool, that's fine. Could have done that like 10 seconds earlier, but whatever. Those cylinders are very annoying and very awkward to climb across. This gear is normally moving, but because we did the book launch, we haven't got a checkpoint yet. And now we've got a checkpoint, and we need to restart checkpoint here. Otherwise, you can't get past that gear, because we need this one to be moving. Yeah, even when you're playing casually, it's very annoying getting past those cylinders. I think I died there in my glitchless run as well. It's kind of tragic. Okay, gonna drop down here. Jump across. Okay, so there's a treasure there. This rope is a bit awkward, but that's okay. Okay, cool. Another treasure here. We'll climb up. Climb onto this. Come across here. And we can climb up here. We don't have to go onto that onto that gear, even though the game wants us to.
Finally.
All these elaborate puzzles, which were constructed thousands of years ago.
Yeah.
Those ancient people, they knew what they were doing. No, this isn't on PC, this is on PS4. Uncharted is only like it's a Sony exclusive. It is on PS3. The original games came out on PS3. I'm playing the remastered version on PS4.
Gotta get over there somehow. Guess I'm doing it the hard way.
Okay, some more platforming here. I'm gonna climb up, blind fire once for some speed. Gonna jump across to this platform. If we turn ourselves there, we can climb up here, and that skips a bit of climbing as well. Okay, we need to go to the top of this gear because there is a treasure over there. You can see it there shining. Gonna jump back across here. Okay, this isn't where I wanted to land up. Okay, that's fine. This next treasure is really weird. You have to shoot it down even though you should be able to get it because it's right next to you. But that's just a weird one, you have to shoot down. Okay, now I'm gonna do some more glitches.
Now what?
Gonna do journal extend here. Once you climb up, we can checkpoint restart. I'm going to try the fast strat once. If it doesn't work, I'll just do the normal slower strat. So the fast strat here is to do some more book launches. and jump across to where Tenzin just was. Avoid that button, because if you press that then bad things happen. Gonna jump onto this arm and this arm. Okay, cool. I messed it up. That's fine, we'll just do it normally.
Good reflexes.
See if you can spot where the next treasure is. It's in a very interesting location.
Good sign. Yeah.
Don Chalet. I love Tenzin. Okay, well, it's over there at the top of that crown. I don't think you could actually see it. I was looking out for it and I couldn't spot it. So, I guess that's not one you can see easily. Okay, here we're going to do an airwalk because we have a long gun. So we can switch weapons to enter an airwalk. Okay, that's good. This one needs to be pretty quick upwards, so you need to hit that, and then that triggers the cutscene there. So that airwalk skips having to pull the that lever and then waiting for the for this platform to drop down. So there's a Yeti here. We don't have to shoot it for a while. Okay, now we need to do 3 shots into it. 1, 2, 3, and it's gone. Another cutscene's coming up, which we have to skip. Okay, and now we're in chapter 19.
Get back inside! Get inside!
I'm gonna blind fire at this guy because he's annoying. Okay, now we're gonna kill the heavy. Okay, and that gives us a checkpoint. That was kind of messy, but whatever. And blind fire at this guy because he's also annoying. The AK is kind of like a pea shooter. It doesn't really do a lot of damage. It's much better to have the M4, so I'm gonna grab an M4 off that guy. Kill this guy. Don't die to this guy. Okay, don't die to the turret either. Okay, we made it to the checkpoint. Nice. Okay, yeah, there's a guy up top, that's fine. Why did I get this close? This is a bad idea. I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. So yeah, this part is pretty straightforward on Explorer, but Easy is a bit more difficult. Because the shotgun guys do way more damage to you. No, get in view. Okay, cool. Now we're just waiting for Tenzin to open the door. Okay, I'm gonna get up here. Jump over here, grab this treasure. There's another treasure in this chapter as well. I don't have a lot of ammo, so I might have to restart checkpoint for this bit. I need more ammo. Can we move? I'll just use the grenade launcher, why not? Lost guys there. Okay, I should get the checkpoint now. Okay, cool. Just gonna waste that shot so we can blind fire in here. Speeds us up a bit. And we'll get a new weapon at the end of this cutscene.
Why would he bring a tank?
Okay, we need to kill those guys to get Tenzin to move quicker.
Let's go.
We need him to open that door. So now we're getting chased by a tank in this chapter.
Get that door open.
At the end of the chapter, we're going to destroy the tank. Okay, good. There we go. The Uzi is so good at just melting through people, so we're going to use that as much as possible. Treasure over here.
This way.
I'm gonna have to kill the shotgun guy because he's always on the stairs. I'm gonna roll up. Roll up again. Jump across here. Yeah, Nate should not survive any of this. But here we are. This is an Uncharted game. It survives ridiculous stuff all the time. Okay. We're gonna kill this next guy and then checkpoint restart again. And that speeds up Tenzin. So as you can see, Tenzin is ahead of us. We'll kill that guy, grab the Z-Sem4s. Some more platforming here. We have to wait until Tenzin jumps across, otherwise we can't vault over that. That's true copy. Okay, another treasure there. That was unfortunate that I took that damage, but what can you do?
Where the hell did he go?
Hi Deku, thanks. Okay, gonna jump across here. Second last treasure in the chapter there. There's one more treasure to get.
You freaking kidding me?
So, the game wants you to follow Tenzin, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to go this way because it's a bit quicker. In any percent, you'd go like all the way straight to. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, you go all the way up there. But we need to get a treasure that's over here, so we're going to come this way. Okay, I need to stop doing that. I do that all the time. Grab this treasure. That's the last one in this chapter. We need to take out that RPG guy because he's very dangerous. Okay, good. And now we're going to use the... Oh, wait, I need to get the RPG actually. I've never seen it fall down here before. That's weird. Okay, I'm going to come across here. Hopefully we don't die. That would be unfortunate. Okay, that was very unfortunate. He just threw... He just... that's actually annoying. He shot that straight at himself. Like, what kind of intelligent AI would ever do that? Excuse me? What the hell? Am I dead? I am definitely dead. Once you die, this part becomes a lot harder, so if you can get it first try, that's preferable. I should have got that in 4. It's okay. Could you not? Could you just not? Nah, I'm gonna chill here for a sec. Okay, let's go. Actually, I'm gonna kill these guys here. Okay, I'm just gonna kill the RPG guy because he's the main threat. Get rid of you. We need a few more RPG shots, so we're gonna grab that. Let's take cover. Gonna reload cancel by switching, and that's a dead tank. Okay, so this is an auto-scroller. We're just gonna make our way through the convoy. There aren't any treasures to get in this chapter. Yeah, we're just going to be jumping across. So yeah, when the trucks get hit by the turret gun, then you have to change to another truck. And this part is all scripted. As I said, it's an auto-scroller, essentially. You can also shoot the guys on those minivans. I'm gonna jump down and then checkpoint restart. Actually, it was probably quicker not to checkpoint restart, but whatever. If you're not using a save file, it's definitely quicker to checkpoint restart there. So you can hit the environment here as well. You need to make sure this truck doesn't kill Elena, but the other trucks are just optional. Like, you don't need to shoot any of these, I don't think. There's another big truck coming here. And the end of the chapter is coming up any second now. And skip cutscene. Hey coach, how you doing? Thanks for the good luck. So this is chapter 2. If you're playing this glitchless, then this is definitely the longest chapter. There are a lot of fights in this chapter and quite a bit of platforming as well. But we're gonna skip most of them.
Almost there. You got it?
By doing a few airwalks.
Come on.
There are also quite a few treasures to get in this chapter. There are 8 in total.
No, I was talking about the mountain.
First trick
Really?
is jumping here. That avoids like a slow shimmying animation.
The last truck never arrived.
Gonna kill this guy. The treasure up here that we have to shoot down. I'm gonna take this guy's pistol. And this guy's ammo as well. I'd have liked a bit more M4 ammo because I wanted to kill one of the other guys, but that's okay. Alright, see you, Risha. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so this fight is very scripted. I'm going to kill these 3 guys in this order. Then there is this guy who comes through. I'm going to kill him as well. We'll kill this guy. Kill this guy first. Kill that heavy. Kill that sniper and one more guy, just to be safe. Okay, now we're going to get another treasure. And we're going to checkpoint restart. And that places us over here. I'm going to jump across here. Don't worry about the turret, it's fine. I'm going to kill these 3 guys. I'm going to grab this shotgun. Take out these guys. Don't die, that would be bad. Okay, we need to take that guy out. I would like his deagle, but that's okay. We're just gonna skip that. I saw him over there. There's a shotgun guy in here. We need to be careful for him. There he is. Now that he's gone, we can just like go ham on these guys. Need to get this grenade as well. So I was picking up grenades at certain points in this fight. It's important that we have 3 at the end. Well, at least 3 at the end, because we need to do a few airwalks, like I said. So I'm using this turret because it's pretty quick and efficient at taking these guys out. There's one more heavy, I think. There he is. This last heavy is always a bit annoying to kill because he's usually in bad positions. I'm gonna roll here and we should be able to pick up that treasure. Normally you'd have to be able to climb around, but you can just do that instead. I'm gonna aim there, then do an airwalk. If you touch that mountain to the left, then that's a death barrier, so you want to avoid that. You can also see that treasure over there. Once we hit this red wall, I'm going to checkpoint restart. That places us up here. Now we're going to jump across. Roll off the edge. Get that treasure, that's number 77, good. Roll up these stairs and equip the M4. And then do journal extend. Come up here. So that skips a bit of climbing, and it means that we can get up here and do an airwalk from here across to there. So we're going to skip a few fights here by doing this. We need to be careful where we place this grenade. Should be okay. Okay, that was a bit close. If I had gone any further with that airwalk, then I probably wouldn't have got hit by the grenade. But that's okay. So yeah, now we're up here. We've got one more treasure to get in this area. This jump is like very sketchy, but you can make it if you like jump at the last second. You have to do that casually as well, so this treasure is kind of a tricky one to get. How would you find treasures casually? Just by exploring, I guess. Exploring the environment, just having a look around. So we need to get back up onto the top floor. So we're going to do a book launch here. I'm going to grab this grenade just for insurance, and also for a new strat that we're going to do later in chapter 23. It's good to have as many grenades as possible. Gonna do some more blind firing to speed ourselves up. Blind fire across here. Okay, now I'm going to do a zip air walk. This one's fancy, if I get it right. Okay, it should be okay. Pause buffer so that the floor loads in. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we're here. Okay, cool. So we still haven't got a checkpoint, so if I fail this next airwalk, then we're going to go back quite a long way. Do a general extend here, and then grab onto this ledge. There are a lot of ledges that you can grab onto unintentionally, but some of them have uses, which is good for speedrunning. Okay, so that's bad. I have to throw that grenade because I messed up the airwalk, but it's okay. We'll just deal with that later. Yeah, it's not a massive deal. Oh, this is bad.
Oh boy.
Okay, that's fine. We saved it. I was way too high. Normally you're not that high, but I threw the grenade closer to myself than I usually would. There's also a new strat here, but I'm not going to do it, just for marathon safety. I want to be on the other side. Nate, can we... Okay, there we go. Okay, Elena's here, so we can checkpoint restart. That gets us over here. So now we do have a checkpoint, so we don't have to stress anymore.
We're getting closer.
We have to do this fight. So we're going to take out these guys. I should really use the pistol here. I don't know why I don't use the pistol. I'm gonna kill that guy because he's got a shot. Okay, cool. That guy is very dangerous. He's got a shotgun and he will kill us. Okay. Now we need to shoot this treasure down. That's the last one in this chapter. Gonna grab it. And we're gonna make our way to chapter 23. Okay, not bad. You never use pistolate? Yeah, it's not the most useful gun in this run, I guess.
Get down.
Okay. Okay, cool. I wanted that grenade, but he picked up the pistol instead. I also want that grenade. No, I want the... Oh, this is bad. This is really, really bad. This is... Wait, where is... Dude, this is so bad. Where is the... There's the deagle. Where is the deagle? Are you actually serious? Okay, I guess I have to do this without the deagle. He picked up the, Okay, this isn't going well, but whatever. I might die here. Okay, cool. Just gonna chill for a sec. Okay. When this guy comes through, we're gonna use the RPG. Gonna use another RPG on this guy. Gonna get rid of him. Kill that guy, and that's the end of the fight. That was very messy, but at least I didn't die, so I guess that's that. Skip that cutscene. So we're gonna do a journal extend here, and we're gonna grab a treasure and then jump. So that skips having to go onto that rope over there. So that's kind of a nice trick.
There he is.
No, Nate, can we? Okay. Okay, a lot of this chapter is skipping fights, but we're not going to do many airwalks. Actually, that's a lie. We are going to do a few airwalks, but none to skip any fights, like we did in chapter 22. So this fight we're just going to skip by just running to the end. If you play this casually, then you might know that there's a treasure in this area. We have thought about that. We're going to get it at the end of this chapter, so we do come back here later, and that's one of the instances where we're going to backtrack and then get something later to save time. Now.
I don't think so.
So there's another treasure here, and then we're going to do a shimmy cover. So the shimmy cover that we're going to do now, it's the same concept as the train skip in 80% that I explained while we were on the train. We're going to get into waist high cover, and then we're going to shimmy across to the left, and then this is going to clip us through the wall. It's okay. None of the guys can get us over here. They can't come this far, so this is perfectly safe to do. It does take a little bit of time, but it's faster than doing the fight, I'm pretty sure. I think if you have like a god tier fight, then it's like the same speed as doing this, so it's just better to do this. Because also, if you do the fight, then you run out of ammo, then you have to drop down and then climb back around, and that's a lot slower because there's a lot of extra climbing there. Because you have to take out everyone in that area if you want to do the fight. And here we are. Nate is just glitching out there, and then we get a checkpoint. Short loading screen. Shoot that treasure down. That one can bug out, so I didn't move until it had fully dropped.
I probably should have warned you about them.
Okay, there's a new strat coming up here.
Wait, you knew about these things? When were you planning on telling me?
Just lay low and
So this is a new strat that Hey French and I found together. You can book launch up here. Gonna aim at that spot. Then do an airwalk. Throw that grenade. And that knocks down a treasure, and it skips a cutscene as well. There is another way to skip the cutscene. If you do a really good book launch, then you can get up onto the ledge where the cutscene happens, but you go past the point where the cutscene is triggered. But this is an alternative way of doing the cutscene skip. You have to roll off there and then grab that treasure. Okay, now for this airwalk, this is another zip airwalk, and this one's kind of difficult because the timing is, well, not the timing, but the placement is very specific. I think I got it. Yeah, this is good. Okay, good. If you do that zip airwalk and you're going too far, like you're not going at the right angle, then it will you'll hit a death barrier, and then obviously you have to do that again. So that one's kind of difficult. Gonna shoot that treasure down, grab that. I'm gonna try this the safe way. We're gonna do an airwalk from up here. You can do it from below, but it's easier if you do it here. Okay, there we go. It's fine. Okay, we use that ribbon to see where we're going. Is that gonna kill me? No, we're fine. Okay. Okay, everything's fine. It's actually a pretty good chapter 23, barring the fight at the start. Shoot this treasure down, and then we have to climb up and... no, please don't do that, Nate. Okay, grab that grenade launcher. That'll be useful in a sec when we go to the next fight. Okay, we have to climb up here, and from here we should be able to get the treasure, like so. Okay, we're going to trigger a wave of enemies. You have to kill one, and then we're going to do a cover clip, and this is going to skip the fight. If I can do the cover clip, that'd be great. There we go. We keep the camera pointed to the right to avoid this area from deloading. Then we're just running across these rooftops, jumping here, and then falling down. Then when Elena appears, you can checkpoint restart. And we're at this point gonna grab this treasure and then checkpoint restart again. Okay, so we've dealt with those three guys.
They're rappelling down that wall.
Okay. And now a few guys will come in through here. Actually, I want an M4 for later. Okay, we need to kill that guy.
Thanks for the rope, boys. Hope there's nothing scary at the top. All right, it's all clear. Come on.
Okay, so this is the area that we're backtracking to, that I talked about earlier. We're going to checkpoint restart to get Elena closer to us, because this next part depends on where Elena is, so we need her to speed up. Making our way down here, and
We're getting close, I know it.
we're going to be in chapter 24 soon.
There's some doors up here. I need your help.
Okay.
All right, go.
So there's a puzzle here. You have to make sure all the daggers are facing downwards. So we're going to move that dagger and then get this treasure.
Neither do I.
And then this is the other dagger that you have to move.
Another wall.
Okay, skip that cutscene. Now we're with Flynn again, because we got caught by Lazarevich. Gonna grab that treasure, then jump over here.
Gun, aren't you?
So the rest of this chapter is mostly just some platforming with Flynn.
Hold on. Wait for me. Daddy's got a gun.
If you try to melee Flynn, then the first time you try to hit him,
Give me a boost, buddy.
he'll give you a warning not to do it again, and then the second time he'll kill you.
Oh, look out. It's a stone's throw. Hey! Sorry.
So you don't actually have to go up onto that stone.
Sorry about that.
Great.
There you go, sweetheart. Get ahead of me.
Gonna keep going here.
You better not be leading me into a dead end.
It's through here.
I don't think you're going to get your stomach through there.
The banter between Flynn and Nate is one of the best things about this game as well. It's pretty funny.
Help me move this.
Aye, aye.
Nice pun.
Okay, teamwork. Just like the good old days, eh?
I'm gonna jump across here. It's fine. It doesn't actually save any time to jump across, but I don't want to shimmy.
That cart there.
Cares? We just have to get up high.
It's like Stonehenge, isn't it?
No. Help me push this.
Definitely not like Stonehenge.
Come on, girly girl. There you go.
Statue of your mom.
Okay, let's not fall off. That'd be great.
Statue of your ego.
Hope you can make that jump on your own. I sure as hell am not going to help you.
Okay, the last treasure in this chapter is right here.
You can do it. I can. Little help. Little help.
And we need to wait for Flynn once we get through this door, there is another puzzle to do. I should also mention that the puzzles in this game, for most of them, the solutions are hidden away in Nate's journal. And see, the game is telling us to use the journal right now.
So what do you have to do? What do we have
But of course we're speedrunning, so we know the solution already. This one's pretty easy. You just move that one once to the right, and then this one twice to the right. And then on the other side we need to move the middle one once to the right as well.
I'm trying to concentrate.
Okay, nice jump.
Such a little book, such big cylinders. What did you do? What's that? It just came out the floor. Come on, make yourself useful.
Cheers, Brad. No worries, mate. Have a good day, my dude.
There we go. Like water.
Gonna skip this cutscene. So now there are a bunch of Yetis in this area. Okay, we're gonna head back. If I get this cover clip, then great. If not, then we'll just do it the normal way. Okay, nice, we got it. So, because we're in the ground here, this Yeti doesn't know what to do. It just freaks out. And it's just running into us. Also, we have infinite ammo in this part. Yeah, he's just freaking out. He just doesn't know what to do with his life. In about 15 seconds or so, it's going to be another cutscene, and then we're going to be into chapter 25, which is the penultimate chapter. And skip cutscene. So it turns out that those Yetis were actually these big blue guys who we're going to see in a bit. They're shooting crossbows at us right now. But yeah, the Yetis weren't real, they were just people in costumes.
Keep going.
Yeah, that's one of the blue guys. We'll grab this M4 and kill this guy. Also, we have infinite ammo in this part as well. You can also shoot Elena and Chloe here.
Okay. We need to get the hell out of here now. I couldn't sleep for days after I saw that last time.
Roll cancel there. Roll cancel again.
Alright, let's go.
And skip this cutscene. Okay, so Yetis are going to spawn in. Well, the blue guy is going to spawn in. We're going to get that grenade. I'm going to throw 2 grenades there. It's going to take care of that guy. I'm going to grab his crossbow because the crossbow is really good at taking out these guys. There's the next one. There he is.
What are those things?
He's going to drop down. Going to kill him.
I know, right?
Grab his ammo. Can we shoot that guy? Okay, I think we got him. I want this grenade as well, so I'm just gonna get that.
That's
Okay,
for
cool.
sure.
That was a pretty decent fight. Okay, treasure up here. I'm gonna shoot down. We're gonna do a journal extend to get over there. How long is this one if you don't skip the cutscenes? I actually don't know how long the cutscenes are in total. Okay, when we reach this point, we're going to checkpoint restart to make sure that the next trick is consistent.
Oh my god, what is that?
Because there's this trick coming up which always gave me a lot of trouble because I can never get it first try, but I didn't know that the secret is to checkpoint restart there, so now we should be good. Gonna clip through there. That's not the trick I was talking about. By clipping through there, we're gonna get into this area, and the game thinks we're not supposed to be here, so the next area isn't loaded in. Gonna roll and get that ammo and those grenades. Okay, that's fine. Grab that treasure. So as you can see, there's no door over there. There's normally a door here that you have to unlock. And jump, enter photo mode, turn it around. So by entering photo mode, we're letting the area load in. So now we're here. And there would normally be some fights in these areas, but because we're doing the skip, the enemies don't spawn in. Grab that treasure. An hour and a half. Okay, cool. That's about what I would expect for the cutscenes. Gonna do a book launch here. There's another treasure up here. Don't fall down. Okay, that's fine. We'll just do the book launch again. Small time waste, but it's okay. It's nothing catastrophic. Okay, so the part that always gave me trouble is coming up. It's another photo mode pause buffer to load in an area. And because we checkpoint restarted, the area should load in consistently now. So I'm going to jump at the last possible second, enter photo mode, turn it around, and we're good. Okay, nice. There we go. Okay, cool.
Oh shit! Get down.
I'm going to checkpoint restart here as well.
Get down.
You don't have to do that, but I'm just doing it. Just anyway. Okay. So to deal with that heavy, I'm going to blow up that sap and throw 2 grenades at him. And kill that guy as well. Oh, that guy's not dead. Okay, now he's dead. He's definitely dead, but he's just taking a while to die. And kill that guy. Ooh, this is kind of sketchy. I'm gonna grab the crossbow. There is a treasure in this chapter, so I'm going to grab that. Okay, now we're going to use the crossbow to kill these guys. Okay, nice miss. Oh no, he's doing the glitch. I died here yesterday. Can we not do this again? I'd really like not to die here. That'd be great. Okay, I missed that. It's fine. This is really slow, but is there a crossbow here? I swear there's a crossbow. I might have to use the Gao. Yeah, I'll use the minigun. Actually, they're a bit close. I'm not going to use the minigun. Okay. This is a speedrun. But it's just taking a bit of time, because these guys are very annoying. Okay, cool. Kill that guy. Kill that guy. Gonna get the minigun again. Wait, where's the last guy? He's there. Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna take the RPG. That'll be useful later. Okay, we got there eventually. At least I didn't die.
Stone's gotta be here somewhere. Let's try heading up.
Okay, the penultimate treasure is there. Gonna shoot it down. Gonna make our way up these stairs. These are this is a long set of stairs, so there's a bit of walking here. And there's one more treasure. This is the last treasure coming up. I should have 101 after getting this one, and it's 101. Nice.
All right.
So I didn't miss any.
Almost there.
That's good. Grab this.
Lazarevich.
Screw Lazarevich.
Get those grenades.
Out of here.
I'll clear the way.
It's the RPG.
Keep moving.
I'm gonna throw a few grenades. Kill that guy, and we're good. And now we're into chapter 26. So this is the last chapter of the game. There's a boss battle, and then there's a bit of running to avoid death. So we're going to use grenades and the explosive sap to deal with him. So get a few headshots and then blow up the sap. And now in stage 3. So you need to do that 4 times. Oh, this is bad. He's not meant to blow up that sap. That's okay. We'll just use this sap instead. Just need to get him a bit close. Also, when he goes into this... Oh, also, this is this. It's such a meme. Love it. There should be a grenade here. Okay, cool. That's the fight done. The end of the game is coming up very shortly, if we can make our way across this bridge without dying. This happens all the time to Nate, where everything's just falling around him and he has to like make his way out. Especially like in the ending chapters of Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3 as well. Okay, checkpoint restart, timing's coming up very shortly once I kill this guy. So it should be time now. And that's the game done. Oh my god, I got a PB. No way. PB by 23 seconds. Cool.
Up we go.
Cheers guys.
Come on, sunshine.
Thanks for all the GGs, and thanks everyone for watching as well. Chat's been really good and it's been pretty fun.
What the hell did you do back there?
Stream time was a bit off. Okay, no worries.
Save the world.
It's close to PB at least, so I'm happy with that. And yeah, thanks for all the restreamers and all the other runners as well. Shoutouts to them. It's been a really good marathon. It's been so much fun to watch and be a part of. Thanks also to Matt. He's especially important to this run because Matt was the one who originally like routed this this category, and the route hasn't really changed significantly, so it's mostly like his strats that I've been using, with a few additions like from French and my own strats. So yeah, huge shout outs to him, and also for like running this marathon essentially, and all the other restreamers as well. It's been pretty cool. Because there's quite a lot of my estimate left, I guess I'll let the cutscene play because this is good. It's a good ending cutscene. I'll just mute my mic for a bit.
So, it's been a long, strange trip, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. You know, you should play the hero more often. Suits you.
Nah. Tell me something, Nate.
What?
Do you love her?
Chloe, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Really, it's all right. Just do yourself a favor, cowboy. Tell her.
Chloe.
No. My turn to walk away. But admit it. You're gonna miss this ass.
Well, look who's not supposed to be out of bed.
Yeah, he's a lousy patient. Stubborn as all hell.
I'm not stubborn, I'm just restless.
So, no giant sapphire.
Once again, no.
And you're sure of that?
Yes.
Just a metaphor, I'm afraid.
Metaphor ain't gonna pay your bills, kid.
Well, something else will come along. Just gotta have faith.
Yeah. That and a quarter will get you 25 cents. Which way'd Chloe go? See you later.
Oh no.
You're a dirty old man, Sullivan.
Uh-huh.
You did good, Nate. I think he'd approve.
Yeah?
So where do we go from here, huh?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead.
Of course not. But then again, neither have I.
Good.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how scared were you that I was gonna die?
4.
4?
Yeah, why?
A 4.
Yeah.
You were at least an 8.
An 8.
You were a total 8.
An 8? Those guardian things were an 8.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, those were terrifying.
What's a 10?
Clowns?
Clowns over my death?
I hate clowns.
Clowns?
I hate clowns.
Oh my word. You thought I was dead.
No.
No, you thought I was
No,
gone.
no.
Yes, you did.
No,
I
I
saw
had you all
shed
along.
tears. You shed a bunch of them.
Tears? It was raining.
No, it was not.
You were unconscious and it was
It
raining.
was totally sunny out and you were bawling.
It wasn't sunny. You were unconscious.
Whatever. I kept your tears in a jar. I have proof.
I'll give you 5. How's that?